Hello, I hope you had a great weekend. Mine wasn't as productive as I hoped, but sometimes it's good to take a rest day and to just recharge for the week that's lying ahead. So I'm deciding to go to my favorite park here in Pretoria. It's basically a cow farm, but they open it to public so you can walk there, and I'm just gonna enjoy the nature and let myself feel better. This past week was quite difficult for me. It was a lot of emotional and physical, maybe barriers and struggles that I had. So I thought I wanted to make a video on how pharmacy isn't glamorous. Like, the job is hard work, it's physical hard work, it's emotional hard work, and this whole purpose of this channel is maybe to encourage you and to help you with the more difficult aspects of the profession. And so maybe I can just point out a few reasons why I say that the job isn't as glamorous and it can be quite stressful. So for me personally, I'm an introvert, and this means that I feel most empowered and energetic when I'm around less people. But the pharmacy has a lot of people. It's a lot of colleagues, a lot of patients, and this drained me. Like, my energy levels have been so low at the end of the day, and I had to learn to cope with this. And no one warned me before I studied and saying, well, the chances are very good you're gonna be in a retail setting because that's where most of the jobs are, and yeah, you have to learn to cope with it, even if you're not a personality that thrives when you're around people, a lot of people. You also make small but important decisions throughout your day. There will be a lot of gray areas on a prescription, and you can maybe ask a second opinion from your colleague pharmacist, or I don't know, look up a reference, but still the decision lies with the one who signed the script, and you have to take responsibility for whatever you choose. And it's not always easy. And I know some of you might think, why don't you just call the doctor? Or it's not always possible. You can call them, but they don't answer, or they're not very helpful. It's just a thing to think of, maybe. The next point I want to mention is that you are responsible for other people's mistakes. So if a pharmacist assistant count out the wrong amount of tablets, you are signing off that script thinking that it's the correct amount because they write on the package maybe the correct amount, but what's inside isn't the correct amount, and that can be rather daunting, because then the patient will come back and say, that pharmacist, she helped me and she didn't make my medication correctly, or she didn't prepare my medication correctly. And for me that's very difficult because there isn't time in a pharmacy to recount every container that you come across, and so you are taking responsibility for other people's maybe mistakes, maybe faults. A pharmacy has most of the time a fast-paced environment, and you're working long hours, so you need to be emotionally strong. You also need to learn how to be assertive and how to communicate what you're feeling, otherwise it may drain you mentally. And that's also something no one prepared me on. And as I said, I'm an introvert, so for me it's difficult to tell other people what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking. And I remember once I had to tell an assistant to stop going away when she picks the prescription. She just leaves it halfway in for me to finish, and it was very difficult for me. And still till this day, when I look her in the eye, or it feels like she's avoiding eye contact. And so that's also an aspect that's a little bit stressful for me about the pharmacy. Also, you get a decent salary, but there are some work-related expenses that you have to pay. For example, your indemnity insurance and your registration to a specific council. You get a lot of money, but there are some important things that you need in order to be a pharmacist that you need to take into account. Not all of that money is just your money. most of the things I mentioned are related to a hospital or a retail pharmacy. Not all of you will be working there, but most of you will be, because that's where all the jobs are. So I feel that this video is quite relatable to most of the pharmacists out there, and that's why I decided to share some of the insights that I got during my second year as practicing as a pharmacist, and also maybe to encourage and inspire you, to tell you that you're not alone. And I'm also sometimes feeling that the job is a bit overwhelming and it's a bit stressful, but I believe that with teamwork we can really make the dream work, and we can help each other and support each other. There's just some of the things that I feel that I was unprepared for when I started to work as a pharmacist, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, or you can subscribe to my channel, or you can even follow me on Instagram to be notified when I post new videos.